It's time for another episode of Quarantine Comedy. Yeah, well, for those of you who might have missed some of the other episodes, I don't know why, because they're on YouTube. You could watch them. But yeah, the whole world got sent to timeout, and as soon as they did, we said, well, we should at least provide something for people that have to stay home, and that's where we came up with the concept of quarantine comedy. And so tonight, we have just a handful of comedians here in the club to share some of their funny with you. And I want to make sure and let everybody know, because I don't want hate mail coming. By the way, if you're going to send hate mail, send it to Steve at guttyscomedyclub.com.
Perfect.
But we don't need that. We are socially distanced and taking care of everybody, so I want to make sure everybody understands. And only one of the comics that I have to put a gun to their head and tell them they were coming to do a part of the show. I'll let you guess who it is. So let's keep things rolling. Let's bring up the next comic for tonight's quarantine comedy show. She drove all the way across town, which is really quite something, because she doesn't have a driver's license or a car. I don't know whose car she stole, but help me welcome to the stage my good friend, the very funny Stacy Corwin.
I've seen him on Facebook, and nice to meet him in person, but thanks, funny guy. So I'm just thrilled to be here tonight, man, or anywhere other than my house. How about y'all?
Yes.
Changed all my pajamas for you. Did not shave my legs, just didn't see the point. But things are very different now, that's for sure. I mean, things that seemed normal and average every day a few weeks ago, totally different now. Like today I had a doctor's appointment, pretty routine, scheduled it like 6 months ago. And I get there, and I barely get in the front door. There's a nurse standing there ready to take my temperature. I'm like, what? I said, I'm here for a pap smear. We're not going to do that like right here, are we? She said, no, I have to make sure you don't have a fever or anything before I can let you into the doctor. And I said, oh, yeah, because we wouldn't let sick people go into the doctor now, would we? So she takes my temperature. I pass the little mini physical there, and she hands me a pager in a little Ziploc bag. She says, okay, now I'm gonna have you go wait in your car. We will page you when the doctor's ready to see you. I'm like, what? That's the waiting? The magazines suck out there, man. And I'm thinking they should have been doing that a long time ago, because there were times I sat in the doctor's office waiting room for like 45 minutes. Can you imagine you got a pager and like you can go shopping, go take a nap, we'll page you when we're ready. I'm like, this could catch on. I like this idea. But I've been working from home these last several weeks. My husband and I both have, and it's kind of nice in a way, on our lunch break, we can go out and take a little walk and have some time together. And I don't have to use the I have a headache excuse anymore. I can say, I'm sorry, I don't sleep with people in the office. It's just a rule I have. It just never ends well, sorry. But we're still continuing to work, and so I can't understand why people get bored. That's the thing that frustrates me. I work, and if that wasn't enough, I mean, we have internet, we have streaming TV. It's not like we have 3 channels that sign off at midnight like we did in the 70s. You've got millions of ways you can waste this time productively. Put your head to it, people. Bored? I haven't been bored in years, because not only do I work full-time, but in December, I decided to go back to school at age 45 because I hate myself that much. So I enrolled in this cybersecurity boot camp. It's intense, man. I have studied for and tested for 2 IT certifications in just a few months' time. It is intense. I haven't been bored in years. But I figure with everything going online now, I'm going to have job security for years to come. So they're teaching us how to harden these systems and protect them against breaches. And you hear about these every other day, right? So to teach us how to protect the systems, they must first teach us how to hack them. They call it ethical hacking or penetration testing, but they're teaching us to break the law. Let's just put it that way. So one way or another, when this is done, I'm going to be rich. So it's going to pay off one way or the other. We've been affected by this quarantine, though, just like every school. We can't meet on campus anymore. And I got to say, My mom was woefully unprepared for the first day of homeschool. I mean, she seemed totally surprised to see me. Like, this is how it is now, Mom. I'm sorry. Like my parents are going to teach me anything about technology. They're practically Amish, okay? Their cybersecurity plan is that they are just not connected to the internet in any way, shape, or form. They are completely air-gapped. I think they're going to be fine. So I am so glad, though, this did not happen while my daughter was home, because I don't think homeschooling would have gone very well in our house. I mean, I wasn't even all that great at home parenting, you know. She barely survived that. I used to ground her to her friend's house. Like, why would I ground you here? Your attitude is awful. Go away. You can't come home. No, she came along when we were really young. We had no idea what we were doing. And if I'm being honest, we had no business being parents. You know the type. Helicopter parents, you know, they're a little overprotective. They wear their babies. They co-sleep, you know, very overprotective. Yeah, that wasn't us. I think our parenting style could be described as empowerment parenting. You know, we encouraged independence from an early age. State of Indiana, well, they called it neglect of a dependent, I think it was. Potato, you know. She made it. You know, we just didn't baby her and rush her to the emergency room for every little tummy ache or sniffle or ruptured appendix. Like, what, do you think we have insurance? Like, suck it up. You'll be fine. And I might have told her when she was 3 she had a peanut allergy, you know, just so I could have the good Halloween candy. Nice. Give Mommy the Reese's. I'm doing this for you. Snickers, great sell. Give it up. Give it up. Some of you are judging me. I can feel it. And some of you are taking notes. You know, like that peanut one, you can use that. It's a good one. Pro tip right there. Pro tip right there. But she was actually pretty easy to raise, and the closest we got to homeschooling was probably teaching her to drive. That was the hardest chapter in parenting by a country mile. I wasn't sure we would actually survive that. We did. However, 2 pickup trucks, 1 sedan, and a garage door were not so lucky. I got her permission before sharing that story, and I said, honey, don't worry, I'm a comedian. They'll think I'm exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. 2 pickup trucks, a sedan, and a garage door totaled. Wow. Now, to be fair, the sedan and the garage door were technically the same incident, but still. And the funny part of that was, it was our sedan and my dad's garage door. Yes, she drove a car through her grandpa's garage door. Now, do you know the difference between a dad and a grandpa? I will tell you. If you drive a car through your dad's garage door, oh, you're paying for that. And you are grounded from the car till the day after Jesus gets back. But if you drive through your grandpa's garage door, oh, honey, that garage door never should have been there anyway. Are you okay? You seem upset. You know what? I had been meaning to replace that garage door anyway. It was almost a year old. You did your papa a favor. Now let me take you out for ice cream, honey. Right. You need a new car. You need a new car. That's the difference between a dad and a grandpa right there. So I don't have a lot of free time, as I've said, working and studying, but when I do like to veg out a little bit, my guilty pleasure is HGTV. I like to watch HGTV, especially the house hunter shows. I like those. What are they always looking for, though? Oh, open concept. Open concept. Yeah, this is okay. We'll have to take that wall down. Chip and Joanna Gaines tear down walls like Reagan in the 80s, man. Google it, kiddos. You know, the mother's always like, I want to be able to see my children while they're playing in the living room while I prepare a nice, wholesome meal for the family in the kitchen. Why would you want to see your kids? I don't get that. I'm like thinking now, hey, now that you've been locked up with them 24/7 for a few weeks, how's that open concept working for you now? Didn't see that one coming, did you? Do you know what walls provide? Walls provide peace and quiet and plausible deniability. If I can't see or hear my children, I I can assume everything is fine while I hide in the other room and eat the last box of Thin Mints by myself. Open concept means I have to share my Thin Mints. I want no part of that. If you're smart, you look for a house with bedrooms that lock from the outside. That's family friendly right there. We'll be watching these shows in a year and they'll be like, yeah, but we got to put some walls up. Put a wall there, bars there, maybe a moat. Yeah, we have to keep those little, yeah. That's right. You just wait for it. Open concept. But I'm watching the other day and the mom is not quite feeling the house they're looking at because she's afraid her 3 little children will have to share a bathroom. Like, oh, God forbid. Share a bathroom? Three kids share a bathroom? I had 12 brothers and sisters and we shared bath water, okay? We had 1 bathroom and a 3-gallon water heater. Mom would line us up, cleanest to dirtiest, like, okay, you're up. If you wanted a warm bath, you stayed out of the mud, okay? My poor brother, during football season, he was right after the dog, okay? We survived. They'll be fine sharing a bathroom. Trust me. My husband and I have been married going on 24 years. 24 years this summer.
Yeah.
Shameless plug for applause. I'll take it. And we don't even have a double vanity. You know, we make it work. We suffer it. But we've been married so long now that when he tells me he wants to take me out, I'm not really sure if I should pick out a pretty dress or get my affairs in order. You know, it's all kind of in his tone of voice. But he's actually very sweet and kind of romantic. In fact, since this whole quarantine thing has been going on, he's been leaving little love notes for me around the house, and I brought a couple of them tonight. Let's see if I can share these with you. Okay. Right after it started, I found this little note. It said, "Stacy, my sweetie, I can't think of anyone I'd rather be quarantined with than you, my darling. I'm so lucky to have you in my life and all to myself. XOXOXO, love, David." Little hearts. I know. And then a few days later, I found this one. It was taped to the bathroom mirror. It said, "Hey, hot stuff. What do you say we violate that social distancing order tonight? Love, David. XOXOXO. Little devil." Then a couple weeks into it, I found a note. He left it on the pitcher of tea where he knew I would find it. It said, "My dear, if you could put this back in the fridge when you're done, that would be swell because it's called iced tea, not room temperature tea. Please make a note of it. Thank you for your cooperation. XOXOX, David." And there's some red on that one too. And then just this morning, I found this one, and this one was stuck to a suitcase. I thought, what are these up to? It says, "Stacy, before I met you, I longed for a companion to spend my life with. I thought nothing could be worse than being alone. These last few weeks have shown me I was wrong. I am so sick of drinking lukewarm tea, and I am sick of your face. Go to your parents' house. Go lick doorknobs in China. I really don't care. Just go." That's a keeper. No hearts on that one. I don't know. No, but he's actually, we're pretty happy together. We work hard to keep our marriage exciting. We do new adventures together, like we took ballroom dance lessons last year, and then I found a Groupon for something called an axe throwing adventure. Well, that sounds fun. Sign us up, you know. And it was a lot of fun, and he wasn't very good at it. He just grazed me a few times. Minor flesh wounds, really. But it was exciting, and that's for sure. And next year, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. And we decided that a great way to celebrate that would be to take a cruise. So in December, before all this happened, we put a non-refundable deposit on a anniversary celebration in a floating petri dish. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but I wonder how many anniversary trips this year are going to end in divorce because they were locked up in a tiny little cabin for 8 weeks. Like, But we don't have to worry about that because he is cruising the Caribbean and I'm going to Alaska. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. 25 years calls for some alone time. That's when he gets the look in his eye and says, Stacy, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I usually hope he's talking about getting ice cream. I mean, don't get me wrong, romance is important in a relationship, but when we go get ice cream, we can both get exactly what we want. You know? Any of the 31 flavors. And the kid behind the ice cream shop, he never complains that I'm way overdue for a bikini wax. Sometimes he barely notices. And my husband doesn't get all bent out of shape if I check Facebook at Dairy Queen. I can multitask. Chill. And when we get ice cream, it doesn't matter who finishes first. We both get to finish all of our ice cream every single time. We all scream for ice cream. And either way, romance or ice cream, I'm getting hot fudge and whipped cream, so you really can't lose. No, he's a good sport, and he is the butt of a lot of my jokes, but we are truly happy after all these years, and I want to share with you tonight what I think is our secret to a happy, healthy, long-term marriage. Even when you're married, it's important that you both continue to, pursue your individual hobbies and interests and follow your dreams, and never stop dating. So I'm here tonight, following my dreams, and he's on a Tinder date. I'm Stacy Corwin. Keep laughing, keep listening. Come back to Gutty's when this is over.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us here for a little bit of quarantine comedy. And a quick reminder, keep supporting Gutty's. Right now, because we don't have shows going on, we don't have money coming in the door. And so we have been very blessed because so many people have shown kindness and supported us in giving, whether it's $1 or $2, $2 million. We don't judge. And so if you can help us out, you can go to guttyscomedyclub.com/gift, and we appreciate the help. There is an end in sight. We know that it's coming soon, and we're excited about that. And so I want to make sure and let you know that unless something drastically changes and the governor decides to play a little game of psych, we should be able to reopen May 29th and 30th. We'll have a show here at half capacity, 50% of the room. So we basically only have 40 seats open for that. So if you want to get in for one of those two shows, you want to get your tickets now so that you make sure you have it, because we only have 40 seats that night. And here's who's on the show. We have the headliner that night is Joe Bates. Yeah. And if you haven't seen Joe, you definitely want to come out. And if you have seen him, you probably want to come out because you know the dude's hilarious. And so Joe will be headlining. Our feature that night is Jake Rubel.
Yeah.
And then we have a guest spot that night with our house comedian, Hoss Ridgway. And he promised me that because of this COVID shutdown, and since the entire world was shut down for maintenance, he's had some time to write some new parody songs and different things. And so he's planning on bringing some goods that night that you haven't seen yet. And so by all means, get your tickets for either the 29th or 30th and show up here at Gutty's as we reopen. We've got the tables reset. We've got limited seats at each of the tables, so we've got plenty of social distancing and all of that to keep you safe, so you know that it's going to be okay for you to come out. And if you're still feeling a little bit questionable, I want you to also know we've got some really cool Gutty's Tubies on the way. They kind of double as a real cool scarf in the winter, or you can pull them up over your face and your nose, and it provides that safety level of keeping you safe from somebody coughing at you, or for you spitting at them for coughing at you, which is a really kind of a bonus plus thing there. So anyway, just want to make sure you all know about that. And until next time, please continue to laugh, continue to have fun, and make sure you get back here to Gutty's when the house opens back up, because we want to see you here at Gutty's Comedy Club. Thanks so much. God bless.